Movie summary, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, 2009.
In Northwest Territories, Canada, 1845, James Howlett, a young boy who is sick, is with Victor Creed. John Howlett, James' father, comes to see James. A drunk Thomas Logan killed John Howlett with his gun. In an act of retribution, James kills Thomas Logan with bone claws that have emerged from his hands as a result of the incident's stress. The dying Thomas Logan says to James, "He wasn't your father, son." James runs out of the house, followed by Victor, who finds him. Victor tells James that they are brothers, they should protect each other no matter what.
James and Victor run away, pursued by a torch-wielding mob. The adult brothers James and Victor spend the next century fighting in many wars, including the Vietnam War. James is forced to act as a check on Victor's increasing rage and ferocity.
In Vietnam, Victor kills a superior officer after being stopped from attempting to sexually assault a local village girl.
James and Victor are sentenced to death by firing squad, though their unique regenerative abilities keep them alive.
Major William Stryker approaches the two mutants and offers them membership in a team he was putting together, which would be Team X. The team comprises mutants Fred Dukes, who possesses super strength and invulnerability, John Wraith, who has the ability to teleport, Chris Bradley, also known as Bolt, who can manipulate electricity, expert marksman Agent Zero, and mercenary Wade Wilson, an exceptional swordsman known for his incessant chatter. The brothers subsequently join the group. During one mission, the team invades the headquarters of a diamond trafficking operation in Lagos, Nigeria, to retrieve a meteorite. Agent Zero initiated the attack, eliminating the majority of the guards. Victor subsequently ascended to the roof to serve as a lookout. Shortly thereafter, Fred Dukes incapacitated a tank positioned outside the compound perimeter. The team then proceeded into the facility and took the elevator to the 12th floor. Upon arrival, Wade Wilson eliminated the majority of the guards on the floor. The facility's commander tried to grab his shotgun, but John Wraith intervened. Stryker confronted the commander, pressing for information about the origin of an adamantium meteorite that the man had uncovered. The commander reported that he had found it in a small village located 3 days' walking distance from the compound. Afterwards, Stryker and the team brutally interrogate people from a nearby village to learn where the meteorite was found. Due to the villagers' general lack of cooperation, Stryker ordered Victor to kill them. The rest of the team was about to follow suit before Logan intervened, stopping Victor from killing a woman. James is disgusted by the murders committed by his teammates and abandons the group. In Canadian Rockies, 6 years afterward, James, now going by his biological father's surname, Logan, is living with his girlfriend Kayla Silverfox.
Logan is now a lumberjack.
In Springfield, Ohio, Bradley works at a carnival using his electrical powers. Victor arrives. He mentions that Wade is already dead. Victor then murders Bradley. Stryker locates Logan and claims that someone is killing members of the now disbanded team. Stryker asks Logan to defend his country again, but Logan claims he is Canadian and drives away. Shortly after, Logan finds the bloodied and dead body of Kayla.
A furious and grieving Logan finds Victor in a bar. The two brothers fight.
After a brutal fight, Victor snaps off Logan's bone claws on his left hand. In a hospital where Logan is, Stryker arrives.
Stryker tells him he can help him get revenge on Victor with an experiment that will hurt more than any man's been hurt.
Logan asks for his new dog tags to say Wolverine, a reference to a story that Kayla told him.
Stryker announces that they are about to create Weapon X.
Stryker has Logan's skeletal system reinforced with adamantium, a virtually indestructible metal retrieved from the meteorite found by Team X.
After the procedure, Stryker orders them to erase the memory of Wolverine. Wolverine overhears this and gets up. The created Weapon X attacks the facility and escapes. Stryker orders Agent Zero to hunt him down and take his head off. An elderly couple, Travis Hudson and Heather Hudson, see Wolverine who escaped in the buff enter their barn. The family who lives at the farm take him in and give him their son's clothes.
At night, Wolverine examines his new metal claws.
Later, the elderly couple and Wolverine eat their supper.
In the morning the elderly man, Travis, comes to speak to Logan. He gives Logan a leather jacket and tells him that he can take his motorcycle for a spin. Suddenly, Agent Zero kills the elderly couple, Travis and Heather.
The barn is bombed as Wolverine escapes with the motorcycle.
During the chase, Wolverine takes out some Humvees.
Wolverine attacks Zero's helicopter and takes it down.
Wolverine then goes to the helicopter and talks with Stryker over the radio, telling him that after he's done with Victor, he'll come after Stryker. As Agent Zero makes a comment about all the innocent people who have died around Wolverine, he slashes the fuel tanks, which spill on the ground, eventually causing the helicopter to explode, killing Agent Zero.
Wolverine locates his former associate John Wraith. John Wraith tells Wolverine that the disbanded team had been capturing young mutants for Stryker. Wolverine shows his new metal claws to John Wraith.
Wolverine engages in a boxing match with Fred Dukes, who is now very obese because of an eating disorder. When Wolverine wins, he asks Fred Dukes the location of Victor.
Fred Dukes tells Wolverine that Stryker and Victor are working together on the island. Fred Dukes tells Wolverine that of the mutants, Remy LeBeau, also known as Gambit, escaped the island laboratory and knows its location. Meanwhile, Stryker captures a teenaged Scott Summers with Victor's aid. Wolverine and Wraith locate Gambit in a New Orleans bar. Wolverine talks to Gambit while Wraith keeps watching outside.
Outside, John Wraith battles Victor, and Victor kills John Wraith. Gambit suspects Wolverine was sent to recapture him and, using his ability to charge objects with kinetic energy, throws several playing cards at Wolverine that send him flying through a wall. Outside, Wolverine sees Victor has killed Wraith and taken a sample of his blood.
Wolverine then fights his brother Victor.
The fight is interrupted by Gambit, giving Victor enough time to escape. Wolverine fights with Gambit again and triumphs, ordering him to take him to the island. Meanwhile, Stryker kills the general, when the general says that he is shutting Stryker down. By plane, Gambit takes Wolverine to the island, called the 3 Mile Island.
Once there, Wolverine confronts Stryker and learns Silver Fox is still alive. Victor faked her death with hydrochlorothiazide.
She was keeping track Wolverine to free her sister, Emma, who is also in the prison.
Now having no quarrel with Stryker, Wolverine departs. Victor, angered that Stryker let Wolverine go, demands the adamantium procedure.
Stryker, however, tells him that he won't survive the procedure, and in an act of rage, Victor tries to kill Kayla.
Wolverine hears Kayla's screams and attacks Victor.
Finally having the chance to kill Victor, Wolverine chooses not to give in to his animal instincts and instead knocks him out.
Kayla shows Wolverine to the holding cells, and he frees the mutants there, including Emma Frost.
Meanwhile, Stryker instructs them to activate Weapon 11. As the freed mutants approach an exit, it is blocked by Weapon 11, who is under Stryker's control.
Wolverine instructs them to find a new exit.
The blades of Weapon 11 are similar to Wolverine's claws, but more like katana swords.
Wolverine realizes that this monstrosity is actually Wade Wilson.
Looks like Stryker finally found a way to shut you up, he quips. Weapon 11, also called Deadpool, and Weapon X, known as Wolverine, now fight.
The battle is legendary. Weapon 11, also called Deadpool, is a mutant Frankenstein's monster, with the abilities of several of the killed and captured mutants, Scott's optic blasts, Wraith's teleportation, and Wolverine's healing ability. During the escape, Kayla is mortally wounded.
The other mutants escape through the facility's tunnels, guided by Scott, who was unable to tell them how he knows the way out.
Emerging from the tunnel, the group encounters a helicopter.
Riding in the helicopter is a familiar figure, Professor Charles Xavier, who has guided them to safety and offers them a home at his school. Meanwhile, the fight between Wolverine and Weapon 11 moves to the top of one of the nuclear power plant's cooling towers. Weapon 11 overpowers and prepares to decapitate Wolverine, but Victor returns to aid his brother. Wolverine and Victor, now working together, are able to decapitate Weapon 11, his head falling off as he tumbles below, with the lasers still firing. Wolverine coldly informs Victor that despite his help, their relationship is over. Victor reminds him that as brothers, they can never be finished, and jumps off the cooling tower.
The damage from the lasers causes the cooling tower to collapse, but Wolverine is rescued by Gambit. Wolverine asks Gambit to ensure the prisoners are safe, while he returns to find Kayla, who stayed behind because she was wounded. While carrying her to safety, Stryker shoots him in the back with an adamantium bullet. Wolverine attempts to retaliate but is shot in the head, rendering him unconscious. Kayla uses her powers of persuasion to order Stryker to walk away until his feet bleed, then dies from her injuries. Gambit returns to assure Wolverine that the mutants are safe, but due to amnesia caused by the brain damage the adamantium bullets inflicted, Wolverine does not remember. Gambit tries to get Wolverine to come with him, but he declines. Gambit wishes Wolverine good luck before departing, and Wolverine flees the scene as the ambulances and police arrive. In a mid-credits scene, Stryker is taken into custody for interrogation by military police regarding the death of General Munson, whom Stryker killed to safeguard his experiment. In a post-credits scene, Weapon She's Hand emerges from the rocks and makes contact with his still-living head.